All right, welcome back to the Veteran SA podcast, and we're here once again,
Your
episode
hostess
2.
with the mostest.
Yeah, so I'm your host, Johnny Valdez, and then I got my co-host here.
Tori Escamilla.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about our magazine, Veteran SA. It's here, published here in San Antonio, and we're here covering all different types of topics related to mental health, related to community involvement, community events, things that are going on, things that could benefit vets and share resources in the community. So let's get into it. First, make a shout out to our sponsor, Game Day Men's Health, over at Alamo Ranch.
Shout out to Vern.
Yeah, Vern. Yeah, thanks for the sponsorship. If you're looking for any kind of men's health tips, some testosterone, get some research about, how feeling sluggish and things like that, reach out to them. Game Day Men's Health in Alamo Ranch.
At Game Day Men's Health, we believe men deserve more than just a clinic. They deserve an experience designed for them. From the moment you walk in, you'll notice the difference. A welcoming, comfortable space built to help you take charge of your health. Our expert team delivers personalized care, from hormone therapy to advanced wellness treatments, all tailored to fit your lifestyle. Discover what makes Game Day the trusted choice for men's health. Because at Game Day, feeling your best isn't optional, it's our mission.
Let's get right into it. So one of the first things that we did, we had the opportunity to meet a very special veteran, Miss Gina Ortiz. Miss Gina Ortiz is Tina Ortiz Jones. She is in the running right now for mayor here in San Antonio. And we got a chance to talk to her a little bit about her military background because she is a veteran. And I know, Tori, you had some time to sit with her and talk to her. Tell us a little bit about that.
I did. She did a lot. She's amazing. I thought I was a badass, and I was all, I ain't shit compared to you, girl. She served in the Air Force. She was ROTC, and then when she got out of college, she became an intel officer in the Air Force. She did that for 4 years. And during that time, she deployed to Iraq. Unfortunately, her mother got sick with cancer, so she decided to finish her tour. She came back to San Antonio, and then she actually ended up serving for military operations at the Foreign Affairs over at Lackland.
Oh, wow.
As a civilian, and she's pretty much continued to serve as a civilian with the Air Force in some shape or form. And she actually did, there was so much I had to write it down, so excuse me if I'm not looking. She just did so much. It was amazing. She ended up working as the 27th Undersecretary of the Air Force, and her and I were talking, and she just so happened to be the first woman of color and openly gay person with that title. That title. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And I mean, she just has so much things that she's done under her belt. She was talking about, how much veterans mean to her, especially here in San Antonio, because we are such a big military city. Just the impact veterans and working in the military and under the government has impacted her in the way she, wants to run things and the way she wants to do things. And granted, I only talked to her for like 15 minutes, but she just had so much to say. And while we didn't get too much into her politics per se, it was just more so on what she's done as, a person, why she feels like a veteran has helped her get to where she's at now. So it was an amazing conversation. It will be in June's edition of Veteran SA. So there was just so much to say, but I want you guys to read the magazine. So, but definitely if we can get her on here sometime, that would be great, because she definitely had a lot of stories, but definitely very family oriented. She's very concerned with the community. She wants what's best for the veterans, for the community itself. So without hearing any of her political stuff, we were able to talk a lot about just kind of her background and her morals and kind of how she built herself up to be where she's at now.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that's kind of what we look for when we try to highlight our hero spotlights, people that are doing things in the community, people that, served, and understanding that portion of the experiences and all those different things. So, and then bringing that back home and continue to serve. That's a real great thing that we talk about with our hero spotlights. And, we're not endorsing any other candidate. We're not endorsing any candidates. We're not saying anything. We do want San Antonio to vote. You need to vote.
Yes,
research,
early voting
research.
started already.
Yes, so research your candidate, and
Vote 411. Google it. And it'll
yeah,
give you everything that they stand for, so
ex-
you can make a somewhat executive
exactly.
decision.
Yeah, so we need somebody who's going to take care of our city. So definitely do your research. But Ms. Gina Ortiz Jones, it has a really impressive background, and we really enjoyed learning about her.
Yeah, she does. And something really cool. Me as a history buff, I always like to hear people's stories. And so she's actually she's a Filipino background, and she actually has a Navy background because I believe it was her grandfather. She might have said. So I guess back in the day they were looking for stewards for the wardroom, and they
Oh,
hired a
wow.
lot of Filipinos to do like cooks. LS. I was kind of funny when she was talking to me because it made me think of like the Filipino mafia.
I would say that Filipino mafia is real, y'all.
Apparently that's where that started from because they were specifically getting people from the Philippines to fulfill certain steward positions in the wardroom, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
actually how her family came to America.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so when she
Yeah.
was telling me that, I was like, the whole time I was thinking like, oh, the Filipino mafia.
Yeah, that's 100% real. I
It
mean,
is, but there now I know kind of like I was kind of putting two and two together when we were talking about it, and I was like, oh man, that's actually like super cool. That's, like a little tidbit of history that I think was kind of cool about how her and her family came, and
mhm.
they're very grateful for the opportunities that America presented with them and why she's continued to serve.
Yeah, and that's
But I
awesome.
thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. I mean, Filipino mafia is super real. If you ever get any of my sailors out there that's ever been stationed out in 32nd Street, San Diego, you know who owns that Navy
Right.
Exchange out there.
Yeah.
You know you can't get nothing moved, anything logistics, anything supply. You can't get that without knowing
Facts.
somebody.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. So awesome. Yeah. So moving on to that, we have our mental health with Dr. Coronado and Dr. Natasha Gonzalez. They talked about this month being PTSD Awareness Month. So it's a huge month for the veteran community. All the things we talk about, all the things we ask for the community, and what we see all the veterans getting hurt and things like that all kind of correlate with PTSD. So, they talk about different ways that you can do to help with your PTSD and identifying things and identifying how to fight through the PTSD, how to get your help, how to get to services and resources to not necessarily live with your PTSD because there's a very strong statistic that you're going to be living with PTSD forever.
Right.
There's no real cure for it. There's no way to kind of fix your brain, so to speak. But there's opportunities for you to kind of help get you the resources to kind of be able to live with it.
Right.
And so they share a lot of great tips and stories for veterans in the community to help bring that awareness through PTSD and things like that.
Yeah.
I know.
So, side note, Dr. Natasha is not here right now because she's in LA, and I'm gonna try to get her to bring her in as well as our friend. So we have a mutual friend, April, whose brother was a Marine. He died in Iraq, I believe, in 2010. And they are actually at a movie premiere because all his military brothers, all the other Marines, they made a movie and a documentary based on his life prior to his passing. They have like a lot of films and a lot of like recordings and clippings of when they were overseas, and they turned it into a documentary. It premiered at South by Southwest, and now I believe they're like at the LA Film Festival. So look out for that because I completely forgot, and I was like, why?
Is it American Sons?
American Sons, yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah.
Corporal Villarreal. And I was like, why haven't you written about that in the magazine? So I definitely want to get her and our friend, her name is April Villarreal, to come and talk about that as well. Because I think that's pretty cool. And that's why she's not here today.
Yeah, and definitely, check out the June issue. Check out their awesome articles about, just different tips and awareness and things like that. And to, kind of educate yourself. The best part of PTSD is there's a lot of information. There's a lot of research out there that's, it's out there.
Yeah.
All you got to do is really take the time to look at it and educate yourself on how to cope with it. So another great thing that helps with PTSD is run clubs. I know a lot of people. It's been
They're popular in San Antonio
they
right
are
now.
popular in San Antonio. I mean,
More
nowadays.
so I hear that's how you meet other people to date.
Oh man, and one
That
of
might happen to PTSD too.
the
Who knows?
one of the groups I wanted to talk about was the Dreamers Club
Okay.
Run Club. They got a strong. We had our mental health fair last month in May, and we did a 5K run right there in the River Walk and stuff like that. And one of the groups that we met was the Dreamers Run Club.
Okay.
And they're amazing group. I mean, a lot of young folks there, but it was really, really a good mixture too. There were some older people, there were some young, really, really younger people, and there was a mixture of veterans and just professionals. So it was a really awesome mix. So I get a chance to talk to them, and what's the deal with the running? Why is it so popular nowadays? I know it's just there are groups after groups in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, you can Facebook and search up run groups in San Antonio, just a whole list of it. But there's a lot of great, benefits to running, especially with dealing with PTSD, with like anxiety and panic attacks and all these migraine headaches and things that you get, symptoms that you get with PTSD.
Right. Working out, exercise helps a
Yeah.
lot. Being social, keep being in the house, getting sunlight, vitamin D, no pun intended,
Mhm.
and things of that nature
Yeah.
is very, very good because there's tons of benefits to run clubs.
Yeah. So there,
And
there-
then they hang out afterwards.
yeah, and there's some veteran groups too. So if you're a vet and only really want to hang out with vets and things like that, there's RWB group, Red, White, and Blue, and then there's their Relevant Warriors. So they do a lot of rut pack running, stuff like that. So if you want to carry all that weight and run, then yeah, I mean,
And more power to you.
more power to you. Not for me. And like I said, going back to that Dreamers group, they have like a singles night running group and stuff like that.
There
So
you go.
if you're out there looking for love and want to run, there's an option for that too. So, there's definitely, I guess more mental benefits in one when you're running.
Yes,
So-
most definitely. Hey, it's not as good to be cooped up in the house, not moving.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then, you have great scenic routes like San Antonio Missions areas, downtown Riverwalk. There's some really great areas to run here in San Antonio. They're just open, airy, all that good stuff. You don't have to really run in packs if you want to run on your own. Just take caution. Don't be running at midnight on your own at the aqueducts or anything like that.
At the tracks.
Yeah, at the tracks.
Trying to summon.
Yeah. Don't be trying to do all that, but there are a lot of great options. So moving on to the next thing, man, we have a really great big day that's coming up next month. It's the Army's birthday. The Army's birthday is coming up. San Antonio, Military City, USA. One of our biggest pains, no, I'm kidding, is the Army. The Army, Fort Sam Houston here is one of the biggest bases that we have. So we have a lot of Army here. So we paid a big tribute to the Army in the magazine. We highlight a lot of great Army veterans that are here in San Antonio. So if you get a chance, check out the article, check out the awesome vets that we have on there on that page. We're sharing active duty and veterans here. So we have a lot of great veterans dating back from, D-Day to Vietnam to Iraq, Afghanistan, Desert Storm. We have a lot of great, I think the majority is probably population veteran wise may be Army.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
As a prior service recruiter, no.
No,
I
really?
feel like it's a lot of Air Force.
Well, yeah, you got-
Force or National Guard.
Yeah, you might be right. I know a lot of people come here to San Antonio for boot camp and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, I love San Antonio, and they try to come back.
Yep.
So yeah, you might be right with that. But I know there's a lot of Army vets too, especially the older guys.
That's true.
Vietnam guys, I mean, they love their stories of their Army days. So that's pretty awesome. So check out that article. Check out all the great veterans that are on there as well.
And also check out our Instagram because we do repost things that are going on. So I'm sure somebody's going to post something or a group about something going on.
Yeah.
There's always something.
Yeah, and if you're an Army vet and you want to, check out any kind of events and stuff like that, I know Fort Sam Houston was posting some events that they have that they're going to celebrate the Army Day. So awesome. Now moving on to our transition with Quincy Harper. So this is my guy right here. He's talking about transition life. He's very experienced. does it in his day job, does it in his night job. This dude can do it in his sleep. So definitely check out his article. He's going to be interviewing on a different segment one of a really big people that's served and continue to serve, like with a very big company. And he also serves on boards on different organizations that are veteran related. And he talks about his transition life and how he got from getting out of the military to finding his pathway into where he's at now. I think that's be a great insight on helping vets transition. It's been tough. Transition is tough for everybody. I know you transition and then you transition back. So, how was that for you?
It was interesting. I was lucky enough to get a GS job while my transition, so it wasn't as hard as it would be for anybody just fully getting out. So it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
And I was just glad to come back in because I could wear the same outfit every day instead of having to take clothes off. So it was good. It was good getting back in. And I was making more money at the time, so
Yeah.
even better.
Even better.
That ass dap. Hello.
Yeah, so we'll definitely tune in for that, for Quincy's segment on it, and also check out his article in June's issue. So events and resources, we have some really, really great events that are coming up this month. Some of the events, the USO is hosting a summer bash June 7th. It's going to be at the Freedom Park with the USO there on Fort Sam. That's a pretty cool event. It's going to be June 7th. You can check out the event on the USO website. Also, Women's Veterans Day celebration. That's going to be on June 7th as well. So that's going to be at 5 o'clock at the Bays Event Center. So that's going to be pretty cool. They're just going to honor women veteran out there, get some resources and celebration, all that good stuff. So there's also some networking stuff. There's also coffee happy hour for veterans is going to be at the library downtown. That's going to be June 11th.
Oh,
yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, so it's
Send that my way. I didn't know about this.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be hosted by the county.
Okay.
So they're going to give a lot of great resources and just connect with fellow veterans and learn about available resources and at the library. So I know they're doing like their 30th anniversary at the downtown library
this weekend.
Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty cool event. And then there's a June 5th. There's a Images of Valor. So U.S. Latinos and Latinas in World War II exhibits. Yeah, so that's going to be
that's on my bucket
from
list of things
now to June 5th. They, are going to have an exhibit of Latinos and Latinas that participated in World War II. So that's going to be a pretty cool event.
That's actually based on a book that I just so happen to have.
Oh,
my
awesome.
little nerdy self.
Yeah,
it's a really good book.
That's pretty cool.
Mexicans and Americans in World War II.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so it kind of breaks it down what transpired in there.
What transpired because in World War II, we need a segment like Tori's history facts or whatever.
Yeah.
So Mexican American specifically, that ethnicity was the most medal recipients of World War II.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I've heard that statistic too back in the day.
Yeah, Macri, it's on the west side. It's off of Buena Vista, I believe.
Okay.
It's a little house, and it is it's a small museum, and they do different exhibits every few months, every quarter, I believe. And right now, it is. I was meaning to go to their opening, and it just so happened to have been my drill weekend, so I wasn't able to make it.
Oh wow!
But yes, actually, we should probably do something over there.
Yeah, we can definitely talk to them
or even just like get some information about that, because that's really cool. That'd be a great way. I don't even think we have any World War II vets around anymore, really.
Really?
Yeah. If anything, they're probably like in their hundreds, if around still.
Yeah, I know my grandfather, he was in Korean War, so he would be 100 already by now.
Yeah, my uncle was in Korean War. He's 94.
Jeez.
So definitely in World War II. They're like 115 at this point.
Yeah. So speaking of celebrating women, so we're also doing a a issue on, an article on celebrating Women's Veteran Day, which is going to be June 12th. So we selected 4 women that are doing great things in the community and not only served in the military, but also continue to serve in the community, kind of like what we talked about with Ms. Jones. And, just to kind of do a brief summary and what they're doing and what they've done, what they continue to do for the community, and just highlight, that kind of thing. And I know you play a big part in women organizations all through San Antonio. So, that's one thing that we wanted to contribute extra to make sure we highlight that this month.
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
because everyone always thinks I'm the dependent.
right. But it's something we have to, because you guys,
they think we're dependents.
yeah. So that's why we started the magazine, right? To be able to share all these experiences and stories and put names to the faces, let the community know that woman next to you just might not know she has a huge story that needs to be told, especially if you're talking about a veteran. So also to play on that segment, in this month is also Men's Health Month.
Okay.
So with that, a lot of statistics and stigma out there that men just have to be men. We we don't take care of ourselves. We put our family first, and all this other great stuff, stuff that we hear about how to be a man and all this other stuff. So, from a perspective of men living longer now, like, we want to live longer, we want to enjoy our families, we want to do these different things. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why this month exists, because, heart attacks and just like diabetes, not taking care of yourself, just doing what taking care of your family first, it's not necessarily a good thing, because you're dying first.
Right.
So, that's one of the biggest statistics, is that we die first typically. So,
you don't take care of yourself.
Exactly. We don't take care of ourselves. We're He-Man all the time. We got it. We're okay, kind of thing. So, definitely read into the article this month. We got some really great tips on, keeping up with your yearly exams, exercising, especially when you get a certain age. That panza starts getting real big. That stomach starts. You
don't get that search and rescue body.
No, man, I tell you, that's like, my thing was like, oh, I had a 6-pack a long time ago. I'm not nobody. I heard.
And now he has a 6-pack.
Yep, and I thought dad bods were in, but obviously no,
they're not. Year.
I know. I got it.
Now you got to join a running club.
Yep, yeah, and I got to join the dang run, but not the single kind. But there's also so many different. There's also some men's screening day. So at Frank Tejeda, they're having a free screening day. You can come out there, get some screen checks and make sure everything's all good, and not really have to worry about booking an appointment or worrying about healthcare or whatever. They'll take care of that for free for you. So
good deal. That's
pretty awesome. And then we have also one of our last segments is going to be our foodie features. So Miss Madi Harper, wife of Mr. Quincy, she does really good things about the community and getting, exposing these great restaurants, especially veteran owned, or restaurants that have really strong followings for support for the veteran community. So she definitely goes out there and creates these relationships with these restaurant owners and highlight their food and their services and all that good stuff. So she'll be publishing in her article, she'll be publishing a really great place. It's called, let me see here. I'm sorry, give me a second here. I'm sorry. Was not prepared. But the Protein House. So, which is great because it's a really good nutrition place. I'm guessing.
I feel like
Probably something I.
your trend here today.
Yeah, definitely.
Take care of yourself.
Take-
Also, it's gonna be summer. You're gonna be outside. You can be at the pool. You gotta look nice. Gotta feel healthy. Gotta feel good.
Yeah, it's been
Gotta
a
look.
while. It's been a while since my body's been summer ready, so
Get it
I'm just gonna be out there with my shirt on. So the Protein House is over on Alamo Ranch Parkway in San Antonio. They're open from 7 to 9. They got a lot of great healthy options for you, like protein meals, wellness shots, protein pancakes.
Nice.
I love me some pancakes.
There you go.
Yeah, I might, but mine are like with IHOP and stuff like that. So, but definitely worth trying prep meals. I've always wanted to try prep mealing, but I've never really been.
Do you like leftovers?
No.
You won't like it then.
Okay. I'm not a.
There's a lot of people who don't like leftovers,
I
and I always
don't.
tell them you're not gonna like meal prepping.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like,
It needs to be fresh and
it needs to be fresh, and I'm like,
It's not
yeah.
gonna be for you, buddy. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
Hey, you know what?
I'm definitely gonna try the
Sometimes
protein
it's
pancakes.
sustenance, not flavor.
Oh, I know. I did see.
Your metabolism is not the same.
I know, but I saw a YouTube thing the other day, and it was some guy. He's like, "Hey, meal prepping is not for taste; it's for your health.
Facts. That's what I
Shut up
that's
and eat it."
exactly what I was just telling
He
you.
said, "Shut up and eat it."
If you don't like leftovers, which most people don't, it's just not gonna be for you.
So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, if he's doing it,
Yeah,
I'm
if
like,
you're not trying to microwave something, it's not for you. But
Yeah.
places like that will have meals ready in the
Yeah.
morning where you can just like pick it up, and so that way it's at least like somewhat freshly made.
yeah." So definitely check out Miss Harper's article.
Health journey.
Yes.
That would be a good suggestion
If
to go
you-
get your meal preps.
If
from.
you got the what's that? If you got the what's the word I'm trying to think of, the commitment to it. If you got the commitment to it, because I'm not committed to that, that's for sure. If you got the commitment to it, definitely check it out and check out her article. Her article will have all the breakdown of whatever all the other stuff they got on
All
the
the
menu. Yeah, so you'll definitely be able to pick up to see what they got.
Good deal.
Awesome. So that brings us to the end here. Talked about a lot of great things. Watching your health, taking care of yourself. Bringing awareness to PTSD. All those different things are
Army birthday, but go Navy.
yeah, Army birthday, definitely go Navy. But we'll celebrate you guys this month for sure. You got the month. So make sure you tune in to the podcast. Make sure you check out the June issue. Will be out June 10th. You can find it at many different places. You can find them on all 3 bases at the commissaries. You can find the magazine on all the Black Rifle stores. You can also find the magazine in the Grunt Style stores, the VFW 76. Just different areas throughout the city that you can find the magazine. And you can also find that on our webpage at veteransa.com. So got anything?
If you are interested in writing, if you're a veteran, we are always open to anybody that has any suggestions. If they feel like they would be good wanting to get their hand into writing, if they have any events that they'd like for people to know about, we would love to know about it. So that way we can pass it on. If you have a resource that maybe we haven't mentioned or you've seen in the magazine, we'd love to pass that on. We're really just trying to be a Epcot of knowledge. Ooh, that was a big word.
That was a big word.
Word of the day.
I still need to Google that right now because I don't know what you
Okay,
said.
well, later. But if anybody are interested, you have any ideas, anything you'd like to talk about, anything you'd like for us to share, we would be more than happy to do that. Any kind of advertising that you'd like for us to get out, especially to the veteran community, we do all of that good stuff. And this is just our first episode. I'm going to eventually teach Johnny how to be more personable when the camera's in his face.
I don't be sweating so much on you.
Prep next. I'm sure get you to try a meal prep.
Nah.
A one day old meal prep the next episode.
No, I won't be able to do
I want
that.
you to
Sorry.
struggle. It's like Fear
Yeah.
Factor.
So thanks for tuning in. Definitely check us out. Follow us on all our social media. And again, thanks again and supporting our journey and our mission to bring resources and to the veteran community and making sure everybody is good to go.
Check on your people.
Check on your peeps. Thanks.